On the go? Download the free andrewhogue.com iPhone and Android app, so we'll never be apart. This is Andrew Hogue, of course, for andrewhogue.com, Australia's first and only dedicated 24/7 rock metal radio station. We know the last, 5, maybe 7 years, Australia has been hit with a wave of touring acts, many who have come back several times, and that's always a good thing. But it's always even more refreshing to have a band that's never been to Australia before, and also being a massive fan of this band, I'm excited to the letter. We're talking about the mighty Prong, and we do have main man Tommy Victor on the line to talk to us about the up-and-coming tour and just the amazing career of Prong. So let's welcome Tommy to andrewhogue.com. G'day, Tommy. How you doing?
Andrew, it's great to speak with you.
Likewise, and again, it was fantastic news when it was announced that the band were making it to Australia very, very soon. And like I mentioned, lots of bands have been here, but Prong. So I'm psyched. I'm sure you guys are too.
Absolutely. I've always wanted to go down there, and it never happens. And even with other things I've been involved with, so this is amazing. It's fantastic.
Now, getting into the music of Prong, I've been a long, long time fan of the band. The band's always stood alone, in my opinion. Musically, they've always had, you've melded really good elements, but end of the day, when you listen to Prong's music, you just know it's Prong. How do you view the band's music today, considering that there's so many different subgenres out there these days, and a lot of bands aren't standing out musically? They're kind of being sort of joining the herd, or their specific herd that they're interested in, so to speak. Whereas, have you always felt that Prong's been, I guess, to a point, somewhat of an outsider, but also original in that respect?
Well, I agree with everything you said. I mean, it's definitely an outside type of band, and I feel like an outsider. I've always felt like an outsider. We've never really aligned with any genre in particular, and we've taken a lot of chances and experimented and done different things over the years. But as time went on, now I feel that it's finally gelled after all these years with the last couple of releases. And now I feel confident with our sound and what Prong is, and it does distinguish itself from other groups, and in any of the genres that we sort of incorporated into what we do. So we're all fans of thrash, we're fans of the post-punk thing, we're fans of hardcore, and sort of threw it in a mixed bag, and it became Prong. And it's been on-the-job training as I went along, and I think now I feel that there really is a Prong sound. So after years of this experiment, is finally working.
Now, the band, as I mentioned, the last 2 records have just been amazing, especially the latest record, Ruining Lives, which I presume will be lots of music added in the set. But let's go back to the times when, of course, the band sort of went on hiatus, and you went off and did some stuff with Ministry and many other various projects. But what has been your drive to sort of keep Prong going, or at least reignite it over the years too? Because you've been at it for quite a number of years, and we know that the music business has changed as well, and scenes have changed, and generations, etc. But what is the main factor that drives you to keep the world of Prong alive?
I like what you just said, and I think that the changing face of the music industry, and there's a lot of dire predictions, and that always becomes like a challenge to me, and I feel that we could survive through it all. And if I didn't really firmly believe that, I wouldn't be doing it. And which means and then on the other hand, I feel like I'm making good records, and I'm doing it within the budget that is needed in these days, which is considerably less than what it used to be. So, and then, it's just proof in the pudding with the songs. I mean, I have ideas for songs, and the combination of those things keep me going, I think, and I have fun. I like doing it.
And lyrically, you've always sort of taken the approach of talking about how you're sort of feeling at specific times, and also just the awareness of what's happening sort of in everyday life as well. I think Prong's always been a very aware kind of band. I mean, what motivates you at least be inspired by writing certain lyrics? Because some of the lyrics I've noticed have come across as more of like an inward analyzation about why you keep doing what you do when it comes to playing music. A lot of people would have given up over the years, especially how long you guys have been doing it.
Yeah, I'm going to compliment you again, and everything you said is sort of dead on. It's almost pointless for me to even speak. You seem to have it
I'm a
all
pro.
down. Uh, yeah, I mean, coming from the hardcore scene and the post-punk scene, there was an element that's hardwired into me, and obviously there's no Dungeons and Dragons and your Lord of the Rings type of imagery in the songs. So it's basically, yeah, it's like street level mentality in the vocals and the lyrics, and with some kind of intelligentsia on top of it. So it is introspective. At the same time, I think everyone could relate to a lot of the themes and discussions that I like to put into the lyrics.
Well, I mean,
And these are,
a perfect
modern day, it's there's a lot of things to talk about, really.
The perfect example was definitely the lyrics that really hit me on the previous record, Carved into Stone, being "Keep on living in pain," about why you do this every day without potential for success. I keep hoping that I persist to the apathy I will admit. I mean, as you said, it's a testament to your drive and motivation that you still got the band going. And again, as we mentioned, there's a whole new generation of musical fans out there as well. How have you dealt with the sort of lineup changes over the years too? Because there's been a pretty hefty sort of revolving door over the years when you look back at the sort of history of members of Prong. I mean, have any of those guys ever sort of showed their faces and said, hey, you still got the band going, it sounds great, or, what's the sort of deal there?
Oh yeah, I'm always in contact with the older guys, and I almost have a discussion with them with a smirk on my face, because we've had guys that left on their own accord, thinking that they were going to do something better or more profitable. And of course, on a friendly level, it's different business, and then anybody who wants to go out and do whatever they want and are not happy with the finances, or I'm never happy with that anyhow. So just or creative participation and things, and they never really have. A lot of the guys haven't done that much, so. On the other hand, I like to hear from some of the guys I really miss, in particular like Troy Gregory. We talk about a Prove You Wrong record. I mean, Troy and I were serious buds, like living together in Brooklyn, and now he hasn't really done a hell of a lot, but he misses the times we had together, and I do too. So it's just like relationships with anybody. You have people move in and out of your life, and it's not that much different than what everyone experiences on that level. So there's guys that have obviously with Raven, we just celebrated the 7th year anniversary of his death, and the people dying is a different story, and it's with any kind of death or if misfortune that happens, I mean, you're always saddened by that. So, like I have good memories though with people, and hopefully he's at a better place, and then that goes into with like Skasha from Ministry, who's a very close friend of mine, and he's no longer with us. As far as memberships with Prong, I'm always adaptable. I mean, it's like I always, these guys come out of nowhere that are amazing, and I'm not just saying this to be opportunistic, but I mean the band is sounding better now and is in best form, and the shows are better now than ever, and I'm not lying about that. I mean, it's just been really, really good. So. A lot of the changes were there for a reason, and it's all God willing in a way.
Now let's talk a bit about the back catalogue. Now, to me, albums like Prove You Wrong, Cleansing are just literally timeless. I mean, you could put it up to anything that's out there today. Obviously, the mixing, the mastering is of great levels, because today a lot of things tend to get brick-walled. But musically, it really still does stand up. I mean, how do you feel when you play a lot of the classic material, without giving too much away regarding the set list on the Australian up-and-coming tour? But, do you feel the gap between times when you're playing new Prong music to, I guess, the classics songs?
Not at all. It all fits in together perfectly, and I enjoy playing the old ones, and they're so fresh still. It just sounds like there's it's very continuous, and and I must say too, like a lot of the newer ones are actually going over better than some of the real hits, quote unquote. So no, this set has been working out fantastic, and and I talk to a lot of people at the shows, and I hang out a lot. Anybody in America knows that I'm always available. So and I will be when I go down there too. And I was like, everyone says, oh, they love the set list, they love the songs that have been selected, and the new ones, etc. So it's always been things are really positive on the show wise too. So people can be expecting a high energy show with the older songs and new ones thrown in there. So it's been really, really good. I enjoy doing any of the old songs. More than ever. It's bizarre. It really is.
Well, let's check out those tour dates. The first show kicks off in Sydney on Wednesday, the 19th of November at the Metro Theatre, Thursday the 20th at the Hi-Fi in Brisbane, Friday the 21st in Melbourne at the Hi-Fi, Saturday the 22nd at the Basement in Canberra, and also heading to New Zealand as well, the 23rd of November at Power Station. I know this is a pretty obvious question, but for a man that's never been to Australia before as a tourist and also a playing musician, what are you looking forward to most about coming down under, as we say, tragically?
I want to check out the weather, of course. I don't know what it's going to be like. I heard it's sort of springish now at that time of year.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. It's getting a lot better now. Depends on the cities. Our seasons change quite rapidly in sometimes overnight in different areas, but reasonably well. I think we're going to be having some pretty decent weather by the time you get here.
I don't know what to expect. I like the outdoors a lot, and I would like to walk around, just see what the shops are like, and as well as experiencing the weather, and hopefully I get to see some beachy type of things, and just look around, man, and talk to people, and everyone that I've spoken to from down there seems to be really nice, and I'm not going to plan the whole visit that much, and allow surprises to occur as well, which is always fun when you're going to new places and meeting new people.
Well, back onto a musical little quick question. I definitely always have commended Prong for remaining a three-piece band over the years. I think there's something special about three-piece bands that you just don't get a lot of today, because most have got 5 to 6-piece members. But what has kept you remaining the band as a three-piece over these years, and of course getting such a full sound with the amount of members that you have in the band being only 3?
Because we can do it, and it's I think anybody would really want to pull it off. You usually get together with a bunch of guys in a basement, and then you got to we got to find a lead singer. Sometimes it turns out to be some guy that's good looking that is going to pull in the chicks, and he's got to learn how to sing somehow. Or it's a guy that was playing, and we told him that he couldn't play guitar anymore. So in this instance, it's been on-the-job training for me. I really didn't sing and play guitar in a band before Prong, so I just fell into it, and I'm continuing to learn as we go along, and that's always challenging, and it's fun. I think that sometimes it's good to have a guy up front there that's that's in people's face, but I've learned how to do that, maintain the contact with the audience at the same time of playing, and just getting off the mic and getting into people's faces, and when you see the show, you'll understand that, and people can YouTube it, etc. But it just works. It's been working well for us. There's no reason to make any changes to that. We have experiments with another guitar player, but my playing is so weird, and I really didn't learn like your average guitar player did. I sort of picked it up, and my influences are different than a lot of other guys, so it's always been hard for people to emulate that, or fill in for me, and if they wanted to move me into lead singing, it just never worked out. So this, again, it's another one of those God willing things where this is the way it is, and this is how it turned out, and it works.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to seeing the band finally live for the very, very first time in Australia. So thanks so much again for your time, Tommy.
It's been a pleasure, and you're dead on with a lot of things. You're a very intelligent man.
Thank you very much. We can get you to choose your favourite track from the latest record, Ruining Lives, and also one from the back catalogue as well.
I always got to go with Turnover. I think that compiles all the elements of Prong throughout the years into one song, and a lot of them do that. But I'm really happy with that song, and it's got the hook and a good strong one and a good message of dealing with negativity. And as far as old ones go, I mean, let's just do the classic "Snap Your Finger, Snap Your Neck."
All right, good stuff. Let's check out some Prong right now here on andrewhogue.com.